I'm going to let your magicians in for a little exclusive here. I don't think many people talk about stuff like this, but your boy is right now. You're probably used to your YouTube magicians, like, I don't know, being behind a desk with like a cool background drop or something like that. Been there, done that. Pieces of magic he performed were powerful. They were awesome. But when he actually revealed how he did it, okay, and we are live. We are live, people. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Ricky2ra podcast, episode 86. You see, I remembered this week. Now, this week's episode is going to be quite the opposite to last week's. It's quite funny actually, because last week, guys, I talked about why you should pursue magic, but this week is why you shouldn't always focus on magic. And it's quite a contrast. It's quite the opposite compared to last week's episode, but it's going to be a fun one, and it's going to be fun talking about this because you're probably thinking, well, Ricky, you've persuaded me, you've talked to a load of magicians on why to keep doing magic, but trust me, this will all make sense by the time we get to the end of the episode. But before we get into the topic, I hope you guys are keeping well. I hope you guys are keeping safe. I hope you guys are up to great things in 2024, people. We're already in March, but we're getting there. But come on, guys, let's just go straight into this episode. Why you shouldn't always focus on magic. Now, this is going to be, like I said, a funny episode because I've always talked about stuff like, yeah, you should practice, perform, do your research, script and stuff like that. But I'm talking from a creative point of view from here as well, because the last thing I want you guys to do is get burnt out, because I've been burnt out so many times from magic, whether that's buying a load of magic or just performing the same magic effect and not actually performing it. And we talked about perfection as well. But it's good to have an open mind. That's my first point. Because if you focus on just magic, you're going to keep getting just the results of magic. Now, if that makes sense or not, I'll expand. If you're always thinking about magic 24/7, there's nothing wrong with that, but you're always thinking about the topic. You're not expanding your horizons. You're not gaining inspiration from anything else but magic. So if you're just looking at magicians, magic tricks, magic books, magic videos online, yes, you can gain experience, inspiration, motivation from that specific topic of magic, but the outcome is going to be the specific topic of magic, if you know what I mean. So what I'm saying is, keep an open mind. If you've got any other hobbies and interests, keep that up there with magic as well. So for example, let's just say you have an interest in videography, okay, and you like to watch, I don't know, film videos and stuff on YouTube, or you like to watch like movies that are well produced, like you've got your favourite movies. So you're a magician, you're practicing your magic, you're doing that, all that good stuff, but you found a cool like videography tutorial on YouTube and you're like, damn, this is for me, and you just absolutely just go all in on that, and the next thing you know, you gain an inspirational idea. You're inspired by that YouTube video and you're like, well, hold up, wait a minute. This is the videography thing that I'm learning now, and I know actually how to do it from the tutorial. Why don't I just mix that in with some magic that I'm learning at the moment? And next thing you know, you've created something completely different. Just an example, guys. But that idea did not form if you didn't have an open mind. That's why you need to include different things into magic, rather than specifically focusing on magic or the topic of magic. So you become more creative and you'll have more ideas as well. So this is slowly what I'm trying to do, and I can back this up because I've done videos in the shop before. So the last video I posted of magic was turning a Kit Kat bar, just from over here, a Kit Kat bar into a polo. Now, the process of that video happened. Now I'm going to let you magicians in for a little exclusive here. I don't think many people talk about stuff like this, but your boy is right now. So the specific inspiration behind that video was because I saw the effect on Merchant of Magic, I believe. No, sorry, Murphy's Magic YouTube channel. They do an awesome magic review show. You should check it out on the YouTube channel. And I saw it from there and I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. This involves sweets and candy if you're from the US. And I was like, you know what, I can adapt this to the shop. So what I did was I bought the effect. I practiced it first, and then I did a load of takes on my GoPro. Now, this is what a lot of magicians won't tell you. It takes a lot of takes to get that one good take, and this is going back into my other video. Perfection doesn't exist, so don't do loads of takes and think that you haven't got the right one, because you will have the right one, but it won't be the right one, if you know what I mean. But anyway, so yeah, I recorded it, did my load of takes, picked the one good one, and then I put a load of music over it, did it into the Instagram Reels format, uploaded it. But the thing was, I didn't think about magic specifically for that idea. I thought about the shop. So yes, the magic effect was cool. It was a cool transition, kind of turning one thing into another. But the idea I had behind it was I needed the setting for it to make sense. For me, it wouldn't make sense if I was doing that at, like, I don't know, outside of a petrol station. It just wouldn't make sense. Yes, it'd be a cool background setting and you're focusing on the magic, but for me, the setting in a shop, it makes 100% more sense that I'm in the sweet aisle, I'm picking up a Kit Kat bar, next thing you know I shake it turns into a polo, jobs are good un. So that's why I didn't always focus on magic. So my main focus is actually the shop, and then I focus on the magic now, whereas before I focused on the magic and then I brought it into the shop, and sometimes it would make sense, sometimes it wouldn't make sense. But that's just something, a real-time example for you guys out there as well. And another thing that I like is, and I've done this in the past, is I like music. So if you're like a good music lover out there, you have your genre of music. I like a bit of hip-hop and R&B personally. I mix it with cardistry as well, so I try and do stuff like with the beat. I'm not like doing like anything drastic like a dance move or anything like that. I'm not that good. But just try and do some sort of cardistry move with the beat of the song when I edit it and upload it. So yeah, I'm in the shop. I mix shop and magic together. We talked about that before. And like I said before, you can create something unique. So what I'm trying to say is, even if you don't have another passion or hobby, it's always good just to keep your mind open. If you're on TikTok all the time, you know, you're scrolling through and you see something, I don't know, you see a picture of like, I don't know, a video of like, I don't know, a toast coming out of a toaster, and you're like, hold up a second, you just had that light bulb moment. Maybe you can do a magic effect with a toaster. I don't know, I'm just putting out examples there for you. What I'm trying to say is, don't just narrow down your creative process idea. So I'm not talking about performing, I'm not talking about practicing magic, I'm talking about the actual creative idea to create something unique for your magic to excel. Because I see a lot of magicians, including myself, so this isn't me calling out anybody, this is kind of like a message to myself as well. I see a lot of magicians out there that kind of are the same, and Rory talks about this in his magic newsletter, and he had a great magic newsletter. I would highly recommend that. I will pull that out actually whilst I'm talking about it. So yeah, he talked about making your magic unique, because there's a load of magicians out there that kind of perform the same effects. Yes, they put their own like style into it, but it's not really anything new. At the end of the day, the same outcome's going to happen. So from One Ahead, it's how to make your magic show stand out revealed, and he talks a load about how to make your set unique. Is there something about you that you can implement in it? I would recommend checking out oneahead.com and checking out the blog post for that specific blog. But this is kind of like a bit what I'm talking about as well. If you create something unique, a lot of people would be drawn to you more. So if you just focused on magic, yes, you'd be a great magician, and yes, you'd have your own style. But what is differentiating you from the other magician, if that makes sense? So for myself, yes, I'm in a shop. This is a bit weird for you guys if you're watching this first time. I'm talking about magic, but I'm in a shop. Like, what the hell am I doing in a shop? Like, you're probably used to your YouTube magicians, like, I don't know, being behind a desk with like a cool background drop or something like that. Been there, done that, except it was with my wardrobe. But yeah, you might have an idea for an effect, and you see something that can fit into it. So I've talked about this on a previous podcast episode, but just for the new viewers out there, I had a video that I was doing cardistry to, and I think it was to an H song. And I had everything ready, but it just wasn't there. Like, if I'd filmed just like a cardistry video, it wouldn't have worked because it'd just been another cardistry video that I've filmed before, so it wouldn't really be anything different. But then for a present, I got like this cool jacket and like the cool mask. This is back in the 2020 days, and I filmed it in here, and I had different types of masks, and I kind of edited it in a way that it all like changed and stuff like that, and it fitted perfectly with the song, and it was a success on my behalf. But what I'm saying is, you could have like an effect you're practicing, and like midway through it could completely change, because you're focusing not only on that, but you're kind of gaining inspiration from the outside world, whether that be from social media, real life situations, or just conversations with different people, or something that I haven't talked about yet, feedback from other people as well. Maybe people could give you feedback and help you improve on things like that. This is how, for example, I'm not specifically talking about magic here, but this is how this podcast that you're watching right now has evolved. If you look back at my past few episodes, it will be a lot different. I was talking about many different things, but now I'm specifically talking about magic, but I'm just doing it in the shop, and I'm just gaining outside inspiration as well as that to kind of hopefully add value to you guys. But yeah, the less you focus on magic, the more ideas are drawn to you. And that can be anything, whether you're into F1, whether you're into acting, music, you're a musician, etc. The more ideas you have outside of your field, so outside of magic, the more ideas that will come to you. It's funny, like, if you're not creative and you're watching this, you're like, well, Ricky, it's easy for you to say, I don't even know where to start. There is no start. You just kind of have to be aware of things hitting you mentally, like things that you're looking at, you're seeing, you're reading, and you'll just automatically just cram them all together, and next thing you know, something's formed. Do you know what I mean? So the best pieces of magic are the ones that are the most simple yet unique. Simple magic is awesome. I remember seeing Sean Farquhar, I hope I pronounced that right, at Bradford Magic Circle, and he did his lecture there, and the pieces of magic he performed were powerful, they were awesome, but when he actually revealed how he did it, and I'm not giving anything away here, but it's exactly what I just said, it was simple yet effective. Now, one example that I am going to tell you of a simple yet effective magic effect isn't so simple, but the actual me telling you as like a casual viewer, it's simple to say. So like Dynamo, the phone in bottle, such an easy thing to visualize, but yet it's so effective and it's so unique because you don't normally see a phone in a bottle. Now, I'm not going to get into the back end of how that works, but from the front end of it, it's brilliant. It's so easy to see, so easy to just actually, boom, goes in the bottle, job's a good one, pretty unique. You don't see that every day. So you just got to kind of find the right effect for you, and there is no right effect. It's whatever you feel like is right at that moment of time. You kind of get ideas from the outside world, outside of magic, cram that in, create something beautiful, practice, perform, and if it's a social media thing, upload. If it's a performance thing, record and upload. Just do your thing, guys. So how can you make yourself unique? Don't focus on magic. This is going to be funny to compare. If you're coming back from my last episode where it's like you should pursue magic, this is quite funny because I talked about so much about pursuing magic. But really what I'm saying is you should pursue magic, but also have ideas from the outside world, outside situations, different ideas and stuff like that. But really, how can you make yourself unique? That's for you to answer. Write a list, I don't know, 1 to 20 things that you like. And then, I don't know, start with the first 2. And then if it doesn't work, start with the next 2. This is just an idea that I've just thought of on this spot. For me, before the shop, it was magic and performing magic. I just started off like every other magician, so you won't kind of get it straight away, but the more you do it, the more you will find out. If you want a quicker process of finding something unique, what helped for me is, what is your job? Do you have a job that you do that can fit in with magic, or is there something else you like? If you're a football fan, is there something specific you can do magic wise with football? Or if you are a up and coming magician, like you're a kid and you're like, well, Ricky, I don't have a job yet, is there something else that you watch online, like on TikTok, any movies and stuff that you could do a magic trick about? I don't know. Just feel free. Just don't overthink it. Just be free, get a blank piece of paper, start writing and see where your mind takes you. So, before I end this episode, I have got 2 questions for you. One that I've just expanded on now, and one that's going to make you think a little bit. So, my first question to you guys is, how can you make yourself unique? Think about that. And secondly, what are you focusing on other than magic? And if you don't know, re-watch this video. So guys, I think I'm going to end it here. We're already 17 minutes in. I've enjoyed this episode. I really have enjoyed this episode. Yeah, guys. So I'm gonna end it. Here. I don't think I have anything else to say for this episode. Why you shouldn't always focus on magic. I feel like everything you should do, you should put 100% focus into, but you should always have something else there as well, just in case, so you avoid burnout. But guys, my name is Ricky2ra. This has been the Ricky2ra podcast, and I will see you all same time next week. So peace, stay strong, and remember always, follow your dreams.